Good morning, I'm Debbie Cruz. It's Thursday, May 4th. Some San Diegans are policing the police. More on that next. But first, let's do the headlines. The FDA yesterday announced its approval of an RSV vaccine called RXV for adults 60 and older. RSV is a respiratory virus that usually causes mild cold-like symptoms, but can be serious for infants and older adults. Dr. Eric Topol is the director of the Scripps Research Translational Institute.
There was work over more than a decade to find the protein that could be manipulated, the so-called pre-fusion protein, to stabilize it, to make for this really potent RSV vaccine. And that's what set up for COVID.
According to the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, RSV causes about 14,000 deaths in the U.S. per year among adults 65 and older. The CDC is expected to weigh in next month. Sewer system rates will soon be increasing in 8 unincorporated communities in the county. Residents in Alpine, Campbell, East Otay Mesa, Julian, Lakeside, Pine Valley, Spring Valley, and Winter Gardens will see a nearly 6% increase each year over a 5-year period. The first increase will take effect on July 1st. Officials said county sanitation district fees are reviewed every 5 years to make sure funding is available to maintain the system. The San Diego Rescue Mission this week unveiled its newest shower trailer in National City. In addition to providing a place to shower, operators will also connect unsheltered South Bay residents to other resources like shelters. The nonprofit plans to operate the shower trailer at up to 3 locations in the South Bay. It estimates they will serve 75 people per week. From KPBS, you're listening to San Diego News Now. Stay with me for more of the local news you need.
KPBS On Demand is supported by Splatero, helping homeowners pay off debt by offering streamlined access to your home's equity with no additional monthly payments or new debt. Splatero provides a lump sum of payment in exchange for a share of your home's future value. Pre-qualification is available at splatero.com.
San Diegans are banding together to police the police. Reporter Katie Heisen joined the Southeast San Diego Accountability Unit for an inside glimpse into their efforts.
San Diego police data show officers are much more likely to stop and use force on Black and Latino residents than white residents. And KPBS has found that many records of officer misconduct are missing any information on disciplinary action. Some San Diegans are volunteering their free time to create more police accountability. San Diego Police Department did not respond to requests for comment.
My name is Malcolm Mutaki, born and raised San Diego, a descendant of enslaved Africans in America trying hard to survive.
Mutaki helped form a cop watch group about 5 years ago. For decades, there have been cop watch groups all over the country.
This is just a continuance of a long, long legacy.
The participants of this one in Southeast San Diego say it's breaking generational curses by crossing deep divides. People who may not otherwise team up, Crips, Bloods, Black Panthers, Muslims, and Christians, all meet on a Thursday night at what used to be called the Four Corners of Death, a notorious site of gang violence. They pile into cars together to monitor the police, whose salaries they pay with their taxes. The windows are down. The cars communicate by walkie-talkie.
You hear me?
41-47, mic check.
Phone call tips and a police scanner tell them where to go. The mood feels light. They joke and laugh as they search for police stops. I ask them if it's because power in numbers lets them feel comfortable around the police. They're quick to correct me. Michael White says they laugh because they have to.
We're traumatized. Right.
Some of them have criminal records, but they say the trauma is not just from the police. It's that they watch their friends get shot down on a corner one day, and they come back the next with candles and flowers, hanging out like nothing ever happened. Though they're from rival neighborhoods, White says this shared struggle binds them together.
We think we're enemies, but when you really look at it, The police and the system is the real enemy, and we all getting the press the same. We're tired of getting shot and killed and locked up for nothing. So we put them differences to the side.
The dozen cop watchers divide roles: note-takers, recorders, and talkers. They park by stops and approach the scene, maintaining some feet of distance. Their shirts say, "We are not afraid" on the front, and on the back, "Don't shoot, just filming." Cop watcher Karan Field says the simple act of observing, a legal right, changes police behavior.
You see the energy shift, right? Now they got some customer service. Now that, they out there shaking hands and, hey, sorry we had to bother you, but in the state of California, you know what I mean?
We stop a few times. At the first stop, police appear to be detaining a man walking in the street. But cop watcher Musla Abdul Hafiz recognizes the man from the community. He says the man is not drunk, but deaf and intellectually disabled, and offers to walk him across the street. The cops let him go.
Come on, let's sit down, because they're going to take you to jail and go back in the street.
At another stop, police question a man whose license they say isn't valid. Mutaki prevents the car from getting impounded by driving the man home himself. Back in the car, I ask the cop watchers, "Are y'all ever nervous doing this?"
Nah, I'm more nervous for not doing this.
They admit it's risky, especially for those on parole, but say it's worth it. Besides observing stops, Mutaki says they connect people to bail funds, give civil rights trainings, and help people file complaints against the police. Hundreds since the group began. The San Diego Police Department promised 2 years ago to reduce racial disparities in stops. But while the number of stops decreased, racial disparities increased. Katie Hyson, KPBS News.
Yesterday, I told you that a license is required to operate a short-term vacation rental in the city of San Diego. But how will the city enforce it? Here's reporter Kitty Alvarado with that answer.
The city has given out fewer licenses than it expected.
We anticipated and had a cap at 5,400. We didn't even meet that.
Venus Molina is the chief of staff for San Diego City Council member Jennifer Campbell, whose district includes Mission Beach. That's the only place that's out of licenses. STRO licenses are so coveted there, they had to assign the area with its own tier and hold a lottery. The lottery was weighted. Operators in good standing were entered more than once. That's where one licensee got caught. They counted a previous owner's time.
That's not the way it works. Maybe the previous owners were responsible and they ran it great, but you might not. That's one circumstance that we encountered where they revoked their license.
A third party is being contracted to make sure all complaints are checked out, and the companies that list the rentals also have agreements with the city not to list the homes without a license, and fines will come down for those who are caught. Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.
Operators without a license face fines up to $1,000. Coming up, do you know what bacteriophage is? A group of 5 high schoolers did. We'll have that story and more just after the break.
KPBS On Demand is supported by UC San Diego's Art Power, presenting cellist Joshua Roman, performing from his album Immunity, alongside music by J.S. Bach and more. Sunday, June 22nd at UC San Diego's Epstein Family Amphitheater. Reserve your tickets at artpower.ucsd.edu.
A tiger was used in a roadside zoo, then left caged and abandoned. It's the kind of tragic story that's very familiar to the folks at Lions, Tigers, and Bears in Alpine. Reporter John Carroll says the tiger now faces some major, expensive surgery.
She has to have a CT scan first, but then the tiger named Callie will likely go right into surgery this weekend.
This will cost at least $15,000. And then, of course, we've got the aftercare when we get her back home.
That's Lions, Tigers, and Bears founder and director Bobby Brink. Over the years, since she opened Lions, Tigers, and Bears, they've helped dozens of big cats and bears. But their mission goes beyond that. Brink's goal is to shut down the trade of exotic animals.
I don't think people realize it's second to drugs and weapons and human trafficking in our country. And these animals are just bought and sold for nothing more than profit.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears survives primarily on donations. We have a link on our website for information on how to help them out. John Carroll, KPBS News.
The High School Academic League champions of San Diego County have been crowned for the first time since the pandemic. Education reporter M.G. Perez has more on the students who had the winning knowledge.
The San Diego County Office of Education runs the competition, which is compared to an educational lightning round of the classic Family Feud game, combined with some elements of Jeopardy! The championship came down to this science question.
And your final bonus, any virus that replicates within a bacterium.
You ever answer bacteriophage?
Correct. Good.
Bacteriophage, the winning answer from the 5-member team of Del Norte High School in the Poway Unified School District. Students practiced for months with some scrimmage games, studying dozens of topics on everything from literature to history, math, music, and science. Tom Swanson is the Del Norte High School coach.
It's really neat to see their knowledge grow, their confidence grow, especially when you see them as freshmen and they're kind of finding their voice. And by seniors, they have found it pretty clearly.
The County Academic League runners-up were students from Olympian in the Sweetwater Union High School District. M.G. Perez, KPBS News.
Today is Star Wars Day, an informal commemorative day observed each year on May 4th when fans celebrate the Star Wars media franchise. To mark the occasion, the Forest Ranch Library is holding an event this afternoon for the whole family. Enjoy some story time and photo opportunities with Star Wars characters from the Imperial Sands Garrison. There will also be crafts and games. The fun begins at 3 p.m. Also, Cakes in Chula Vista is hosting a Star Wars celebration tomorrow. There'll be Star Wars-themed food, drinks, and desserts. Plus, there will be music and Star Wars trivia. The party starts at 5 and runs until 9 p.m. And may the 4th be with you. That's it for the podcast today. As always, you can find more San Diego news online at kpbs.org. Come back tomorrow for your daily dose of local news. Plus, we have you covered with some ideas for the weekend. I'm Debbie Cruz. Thanks for listening and have a great Thursday.
KPBS On Demand is supported by Latino Legacy Foundation, presenting their Storyteller series, Reach for the Stars with Ellen Ochoa, the first Latina astronaut, former NASA director, and San Diego native. Sunday, June 29th. More at LatinoLegacyFoundation.org.